Hey everyone, welcome back to On the Fence Movie Reviews. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Rob.
Rob is finally back with us. He just got back into town. How was your trip?
My trip to Gotham was excellent. I saw some rather unsavory characters, but overall, it was a good trip.
Excellent. So today we're going to be talking about Blinded by the Light. So Blinded by the Light is about a young British Pakistani boy growing up in Luton. It takes place in 1987, and he's just trying to find himself and figure out what life is all about. And he does so through the music of Bruce Springsteen. So Rob, let's jump right into it. Yes, the boss. Let's jump right into it. What did you like about the film?
Well, let me tell you something, Adrian. I'm not a big Bruce Springsteen fan.
You're not.
Don't throw stones, please. But I went to go see this movie based on pretty much you. We're like, hey, I'm gonna go check this movie out. So I thought maybe I'd go check it out. And you know what? I did like this movie.
Okay.
The Bruce Springsteen thing was, I can not so much relate to his music, but as far as the story of the character Javed, like using kind of like when you find music, because for me music was an important thing, and just to see his journey using this music, like how the music spoke to him, and just kind of reminded me of me growing up when I found, certain bands or certain songs that I was just like, I connected with. So in that sense, I personally,
you could relate to the story.
I could relate to his story, and I felt like a connection with the character. So that's what I really enjoyed about this movie. Is almost, I had, like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
But the way the character connected to the music and it related to me as far as the way I connected to music when, even to now, how I'll listen to a song when I feel in a certain mood, or how like I think about when I was younger, growing up,
how the music speaks
to me. So that I really enjoyed. Also, the family dynamic, totally different than how I grew up, but how like different cultures have different ways, and you respect the father, and this is the mother's role, this is the father's role, and as a child, just seeing that a different perspective in someone else's culture, I really enjoyed, because I'm pretty sure they tried to stick to how it was at that time, and just how the culture. So that I really enjoyed those couple things. So what about you, Adrian? What did you enjoy about this movie? Other than you got to see it with me.
That was probably the least thing that I liked about the film.
That's the end of this review. Thanks for joining us.
But no, I will say, similar to you, I'm not a huge fan of Springsteen. There are songs of his that I like, but for the most part, I was like, I just wanted to see the movie.
Okay.
And really, I kind of, the family dynamic is the strongest thing for me. I really enjoyed the dialogue between Javed and his father, going back and forth, and like what you were saying, the dynamic of like, and that's really what they were playing into, was what the roles are and what it means to be a father, to be a son, to be a mother, and all that, and the culture, and for me that was the strongest aspect of the film, which I enjoyed most about the film, and that was the emotional part of the film that really kind of spoke to me in a lot. There were the musical scenes. There were almost like musical dance numbers in this film. One that took place in like kind of like an outdoor market, and that one like where he's kind of almost like singing a Springsteen song to this girl that he's trying to woo, I guess. Yeah. And that one was really, really good, and his friend's dad kind of comes over and starts, it was very entertaining, pretty funny. And then also the scene where they play the song "Born to Run," it actually kind of pays a bit homage to the film The Breakfast Club, and that scene was just really, really good, really well done. Lots of heart, and a pretty strong message about finding your voice, speaking out against injustices and whatnot, and taking a stand. And so those are some of the things of the film that I really appreciated and I enjoyed a lot of, and that's what worked most for me. Rob, what didn't work for you?
All right, well, a lot of things did work for me, but what did not work for me in this movie is I felt it a little bit. I felt like it was a little bit too long for me personally.
Okay.
Felt like a little bit too long. I think maybe there was certain areas kind of in the middle where I was just kind of like, okay, I feel like this is going nowhere. Maybe they could cut 5 or 10 minutes out of here or there. But also, and it's not, I guess I don't know if it's a negative, but for me, it is a negative. I felt the ending was very cliche.
Okay.
I don't want to, no spoiling or anything, but for me, the ending was just kind of like by the books. And I don't know, I felt maybe I could kind of see it coming. And I felt maybe something a little different would have been better for me. But again, you got to have, kind of a happy ending, I guess.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's probably that would be it for me. It was a little too long and maybe a little too cliche-ish.
Okay.
But
no, I could see that. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm trying to find things with that. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie with a few little gripes that it had. What about you?
I think it kind of ties into what you're talking about, where it is a little bit long, and I think the reason why is because, again, they're trying to fill in all the aspects of the character's life.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're trying to, find him a girlfriend when he finds love, and then finding the home aspect, and then becoming a writer, how he has this desire to be a writer, and so they're trying to, like, touch each part of his life individually, so then it kind of, for me, it doesn't just flow seamlessly all into one thing. You just kind of let's talk about this for a little bit. Let's talk about especially like with the romantic stuff. Mm-hmm. It wasn't as strong for me, so I didn't care as much. I
agree.
Again, I cared more about the father son dynamic of the film, which was really powerful and spoke to me. But like all the other little stuff, kind of like what you said, it can be a little cliche and paint by the numbers. Let's just do that. I know, and I might be going off a little bit on a tangent here, but when the cliche stuff, I was reading an article the other day with the director, and they were kind of conflicted on how, if they should go a little cliche and corny.
Okay.
And they said, what, well, let's just do it.
Okay.
And some parts it works, but yeah, like what you're saying, the ending, it kind of becomes a little, okay, you can see that kind of coming.
Yeah, like I said, I saw that coming.
But I mean, it didn't ruin the film for me. But yeah, to what you're saying, it is a little long. And I guess the last thing, but I know they wrote it this way purposefully because they even talk about it in the film. But by the third act, he's so in love with Bruce Springsteen. It's like everything is Bruce. Mm-hmm. I as an audience member got a little annoyed. I was dude, okay, I get it. You like Bruce Springsteen, okay, But it was almost to the point of like
it's like Adrian's
worship.
obsession with me. It is a little annoying once in a while, but I can understand. Anyway, sorry, I didn't.
When's your next trip out of town? Anyway,
you might be going on one very soon.
But yeah, those were some of the little things that that didn't really work for me. But like overall, like what I'm saying is overall the film did work. More of it worked for me than what didn't work.
Okay.
So Rob, what's your verdict? Are you gonna get off the fence, or are you just gonna?
Here's the thing, Adrian. I will say this movie was quite enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Few gripes, mostly enjoyable. But for me, and maybe if you're a Bruce Springsteen fan. You can connect with this movie more than I did, but honestly, I'm gonna say I'm gonna stay on the fence.
Okay.
I don't think I would be if I did more kind of research into this movie and thought about it a little more. I probably wouldn't go see it just because watching it. I didn't really feel like it was for me. Again, does not take away from it being a good movie, having a good message, a good story, good acting. Yeah. But just for me personally, I don't know. Just I'm on the fence about it. So, what about you, Adrian?
Well, I had to think about it because I did enjoy the film, but I thought about it because I know it's hard for people to get out to theaters nowadays. And it's like, so do you say get off the fence and go watch it? For me personally, I would say yes, only because it is a pretty good film. But then also, too, I believe in supporting these smaller films.
Yeah, okay.
Because we need more of this, and we need that, diversity as far as, different types of films.
You're trying to make me look bad then. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
You do that all on your own, by the way. But yeah, no, I just say, get off the fence, support this film because it is good and it is worth the watch, and it is very lighthearted, and those are the things that I liked about this film. But I want to see more films like this and more original films that aren't just your standard comic book film or whatever, but just different things that have a message and they're very lighthearted and they're fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, agree with you. Me personally, I feel like with the whole supporting, the smaller movies, that's how we're going to get more smaller movies. And there's a lot of good ones out there. I just feel like, for me personally, I would have went to go see Peanut Butter Falcon instead of this movie.
Yeah.
Because I know kind of that's something more that, like with the wrestling thing, that's something that I enjoy.
More that you can relate to,
like
versus
Bruce
Bruce Springsteen,
not.
you're not a big fan of it.
So no, I agree with you. Definitely, support the smaller budget movies because they do need our support. But I would have supported another one other than this one.
You probably would have supported a horror film instead of this one.
Yes, a small budget horror film like from Blumhouse would be great. Like a $5 million movie from Blumhouse. Yeah. I'm waiting. So I'm on the fence.
He's on the fence. I'm off the fence.
All right.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching our review of Blinded by the Light. Why don't you comment down below and let us know what you thought of Blinded by the Light. And click like, subscribe, share, and follow us on social media.
And remember, we'll catch you on the fence.